Hello fellow gamers, my name is Peter, I'm also known as Universal Head, and this is the Esoteric Order of Gamers, my channel and website that covers thematic games. I've been doing a lot of Games Workshop stuff lately, and that's because, wow, did they churn out the product. It's unbelievable. Since getting on their list of reviewers, they've been sending me a lot of goodies. They've been very generous. So I've been busy getting through that stuff. Now, don't forget, I do lots of other games as well. I'm certainly not exclusive Games Workshop person, but it's great to get a little bit more into the Games Workshop games, which I wouldn't necessarily have bought for myself, only because I'm not a dedicated player of Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000. I just play it occasionally. So today I'm going to look at two new battle tomes. They are the new one for the Nighthaunt and the Daughters of Khaine. Now, if you're looking for a deep dive into the meta of these battle tomes and detailed discussion of all the changes between the old ones and the new ones, I'll save you time and say go elsewhere, because I'm a casual player, so I don't keep track of all the things that change between battle tomes. However, I do have the old Nighthaunt battle tome here. Amazingly, this was 3.5 years ago that it was released, which just seems incredible. The time has gone so quickly, and wow, it was a pretty rough 3 or so years for the world. So a lot has happened since this Nighthaunt battle tome came out, and I was very surprised to see, because I don't usually keep track of the differences between editions of battle tomes, when I went through the two and compared them, there are a lot of changes in this new one. I mean, lots. They go through every single unit, change special abilities, change stats. They must be busy over there at Nottingham in Games Workshop Studios, busy playtesting and fiddling around with the stats for all these units. And also, this is just a much nicer book. Their quality has gone up. It's quite surprising to see that there is actually quite a distinct difference between the editions of the battle tomes. So there you go. I haven't seen the Daughters of Khaine one before. That's brand new for me. Obviously, these are the two forces that came in the, what was it called? The Arena of Shades set. So these are the full books for those two forces. So without further ado, let's have a look through them. So if you're thinking of buying these battle tomes, you can get a look at them first and see if they're the thing for you. Let's start off with the Nighthaunt one, and this comes with a sheet of special counters, which is nice. Obviously things like Shriek and everything, Petrify, which are specific to the Nighthaunt army. And what can I say? I think Nighthaunts are my favourite army. They definitely are. I've certainly got the most number of models for the Nighthaunts in Age of Sigmar. And I just love the whole style of the ghosts. I think it's great. They're creepy looking. They're the most distinctive army, I think, that Games Workshop have come out with for a while. Absolute winner. And now that I've got all the models from the original Soul Wars set, and then the latest Arena of Shades set, I've got quite an impressive army. And I wasn't really planning to get an impressive Nighthaunt army, but I have. So we've got Nagash in here now. He's part of the army, and also some new ones, like this guy, Alrach the Drowner, and the model for that one has just come out recently. It's quite spectacular. But you've still got the old ones as well. All of these, Lord Executioners, Khan Wraiths, Tomb Banshees, they're all existing models. Again, I don't go through all this background detail myself in too much detail, because I don't really need to know the history behind the Nighthaunts and all the details of how they do things in the mortal realms. I just put them on the tabletop and have a good old bit of biffo between them and another army. There's Alrach the Drowner, spectacular model. Just love the idea that he's punting his ruined piece of ship through the middle of the battle. Fantastic bits of artwork. We've got the new figures there from Arena of Shades, which are the Craven Throne Guard. The rest we've seen before. These ones here, which is the Briar Queen, and all these special models, came in the Night Vault set for Warhammer Underworlds. I've actually got those. So I really like the way you can use those for Warhammer Underworlds, and then just bring them into your games of Age of Sigmar as well. Look at that. Spectacular. Your painting guide, of course, as usual. And then we get into the rules section. So army rules, and as usual, all your stuff running the army. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about this because I just don't know enough about it, and I don't have the time to study all the little differences that they've made. But when you do get to the section, these are of course the battle plans for Paths to Glory, which are your campaign games. When you do get to the units and go through these, you can see that lots and lots of changes have been made. In fact, I got the old Nighthaunt book and I was comparing and contrasting, and man, I was just surprised how much had changed. So I've made my own personal unit cards for my own forces. I'm going to have to go through and redo them all because things have changed so much. So they've certainly got a lot of forces now. The Black Coach, I've been looking at getting one of those for quite a long time, but it is very expensive, so I keep putting it off, but it's a spectacular model. And of course you've got your endless spells as well. So there you go, just a quick look there at the Nighthaunt Battle Tome. Next up, you've got your Daughters of Khaine. Now this is an army I don't know anything about. I got these in the Arena of Shades set, and they're very spiky. Very much an army of women in general, but spiky and blood and snakes and bondage gear and the whole bit. So that'll give you all the background about them. I do love this Morathi model, which is great. We'll see that a little bit later. All the stuff about them, blood and horror, and the different sects of the Daughters of Khaine. Look at that. Here's Morathi, Blood Cauldrons, Sisterhood, the kind of Medusa theme of the whole thing. Then we get into pictures of the models. There's Morathi, check that out. What an amazing model. I almost want to expand the army just to add that model to it. It's so beautiful. Though the rest of them, these really spiky ones with wings and everything, I've got gargoyles in the Warcry set, and I always find them very difficult to pick up and move. You've got these very spiky things which you tend to poke your fingers with when you pick them up, and then these very fragile joining points. Look at that. I mean, how that joins there is one tiny bit of plastic. They're very easy to break, almost a little bit too fragile. But man, the drama, look at this. I mean, imagine bringing that onto a battlefield. Absolute madness. And of course the Bloodrack Shrine again is just a totally over the top thing with a Lamia creature on top of it and a cauldron of blood and a staircase. I mean, it's so full on high fantasy. So getting into the rules, again, not going to go into that in detail. I'm sure there are plenty of places where you'll find all that information. As I said, I'm a casual player. So Path to Glory, battle plans. There you go. And then into, of course, the War Scrolls. Some of these spectacular models. Certainly a distinctive force. Witch Elves. Got the Avatar of Khaine can come on as well. Some new models like the Kinnaray Life Takers. And, of course, your endless spells. Well, there you go, and you're probably thinking, oh, that was just so quick, you know, you hardly told us much about it. Now, the reason is that I've been doing a lot of Games Workshop videos lately, and I've got a lot more detail in the other ones, but when it comes to battle tomes, I don't feel as if I have as much to say, and that's just because I don't go into the detail of exactly what's changed with the units and everything, and if I did that, I'd be playing Games Workshop games all the time, and I play so many different games. You'll see in their box sets and everything I go into a lot more detail, but for battle tomes I just want to show you inside and show you what you get and what the books look like, because of course online you don't necessarily see a page by page overview of what you get, and before you fork out your money you might want to check it out. However, I do have lots more detailed stuff coming. I've got a very exciting box just sitting over there that I'm about to get started on now. But check out the channel because there's lots of other Games Workshop stuff, and I always build up the models and show them to you. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Just a quick look at those two new battle tomes. I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Esoteric Order of Gamers. Check out the website and the social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit all notifications, and there's also a Patreon channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.